Go check out Delano3 Creations on Etsy for inspirational apparel and accessories. It's designed, produced, and distributed by a father-daughter duo from right here in the central Pennsylvania area. If you have a design in need for a family reunion, church event, birthday, or just because, consult with Delano3 Creations on Etsy for more information. Go on YouTube and hit that like and subscribe button. It's only free 99.
Wait, hold up. Free 99?
Free 99.
So wait, what app are we on?
We're on YouTube,
Spotify?
Spotify,
Google Podcasts?
Google Podcast.
Wait, where else at?
We're on multiple platforms. How do they reach us? All they have to do is search the SkyBoxx.
Say my name while we foreplay. Tell me how it feels when you're breathing on me. Please say, I like when you ease.
Go time, baby. Jukebox, April 2nd.
Welcome to the SkyBoxx. It's me, Michael C., the source of life over the mic. My guests and I will share our stories and our experiences. If you have any thoughts, questions, or concerns, hit me up at the number one, skyboxx@gmail.com. If you're on your favorite podcast app or YouTube, all you have to do is search the SkyBoxx. If you're on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button. It's only free 99. If you're on Facebook, all you have to do is search Michael C. or Michael Curtis, Micheal Curtis. On the show today, we have my guy, M. Wade, a.k.a. Pen Simmons. And we're just going to talk about how COVID affected his rap career. We're going to talk about the Jordan versus Kobe versus LeBron, and much more. Sit back and relax. We're going to give you a good one. We're here with my man, Pen Simmons. Let's go get him. My guy, what's good with you, man? You already know what it is. You already know what it is, man. You already know. What's good, man?
Much.
A lot of things going on around here. You know, we hitting that corner, baby. We hitting that corner, and the pandemic's about time, man. About time, man. We hitting this corner, dog. So what's good with you, guy?
Not much, living life, doing what I gotta do. Like you said, the pandemic hit everybody hard, so I'm just trying to make ends meet like everybody else, but still doing my thing. I got time to do my thing, so I take time for myself, self-care days, things like that. So it kind of taught me how to stay grounded, you know what I mean? So
Right. How did the pandemic affect your music career? Let me ask you that.
in a big way. I'll say actually, it made me actually stronger, made me kind of more hungry to go obtain it than I was way before. Because, we talked together, we worked together. So at that time, I was strictly focusing on work. So when we actually got cut out of work, it was almost like, okay, I can actually focus on music more. So then I actually started to come out with videos, and I'm doing more like, freestyles over the internet and things like that. So it actually kind of made me more focused. So I'm kind of more in tune now with what I was actually doing before that. So it actually kind of helped me. I don't know, I can't really say the same for everybody else, but it actually kind of put me in a better position, actually.
That was the one thing I looked at when it came to the pandemic. Like, a lot of things really, pretty much, your creativity opens up a lot.
Right.
And that was one thing I did see a lot on your Facebook page, is a lot of your creativity. Because I remember you and I having that talk of like, how am I going to open up? How is this? I'm like, you really, the one thing I've even noticed that you just got to open up to the world. You just got to open up your own Pandora's box and just go from there, man. Like,
I felt like with music especially, it's like everyone likes music. So it's just like, when you're an artist, you kind of go through that phase, like, do they want to hear me? Do they not want to hear me? So for me, it was just like, somebody's listening. Either it can be family members, friends, whatever, somebody's listening. So for me, it was always like, just go for it, like you just said. Like, you gotta put yourself out there, because like, people can know, he can make music, he can do this and that, but when it comes to actually putting it all together, like, showcasing your true ability, that's when it kind of becomes harder. But for me, it's like, I like challenges, so I stick with it like that.
And that definitely has been a challenge, especially through all this year. Who's one of your biggest inspirations in music?
Gotta go back when I was I'm a '90s baby, so I'm gonna say Lauryn Hill, probably Lauryn Hill, like all-time favorite artist, because for me she was like one of the first people to actually blend the singing with the rapping. She kind of kept it cool. She was cool with it, like and her being a female, you know, they go through extra stuff when it comes to music, the music scene. So for me, it was just like when I first listened to the This Education of Lauryn Hill, it was just like I want to do this, or at least meet her, because it was just like for me it was like that was always, I don't know, it was just cool to me, because it's like how can, you know, some people can sing. I always wanted to be a singer, actually. It's actually kind of funny, but the fact that she could do both, and she did them both at such a top level, it's like I want to do that. So I think Lauryn Hill is probably like the most inspirational. Obviously you got, you know, the Biggies and the Tupacs and the Hoes and things like that. That kind of like came later as I got older. Like the first person I actually kind of listened to was L Boogie. So that was pretty much it.
That one actually like a little bit shocked me. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. That one
Yeah. Music, man, it's timeless. So I mean, it's like I'll be listening to Lauryn Hill when I'm 50. Like I'm 25 now. I'll be growing up on her. Like my kids will listen to her. So it's just like
I know that's right. I know that's right. And Education of Lauryn Hill. That's that.
You see, she dropped one album. She didn't come on no
album
after that.
Yeah, she did. She had the MTV Unplugged, and that joint was unbelievable.
It's weird though. I didn't really count that as.
Just listen to it. Just listen to it.
I'll listen
to it. I guarantee you. I'm gonna put you on it where you go. You're gonna be like, yo,
she's different.
She's different.
Like, she's different.
She's different, right?
That's the word they say.
Right.
She's different.
She's different. That's their new thing out there. But let me ask you this. You said that Lauryn Hill's your inspiration. How do you look at like how hip hop is going right now? Where do you see it going?
It's kind of strange because like I'm very observant. So it's like when I listen to music, or even like Drake just came out with that like 3-piece single, whatever. When I listen to music, I listen to it very objectively. So I kind of like study flow patterns, the pockets they rapping and things like that. I think it's a lost art, penmanship. But then again, times are changing. You know, kids are getting older.
Pen Simmons, y'all. That's Pen Simmons.
That's why I call myself that, because I believe in pen game. Like I believe in, you know, metaphors, double entendres, things making you think as a fan. But I feel like in today's hip hop, that's like gone in a sense. Like you still got your, you know, Kendricks and your Coles and your Wale's, who doesn't get enough credit at all. But you got you turn around and you get your. I don't know if you listen to Logic, a guy from Maryland. He's really dope. He's like one of those guys people won't really know, because he's really big on his wordplay and things like that. He doesn't really care for the chart-topping songs, like the chart-topping singles and things like that.
So he's really deep into his craft.
Yeah, like so. For me, I think that's my always my like biggest challenge, because it's like I know I can tap into the new, what I call new hip hop. I can do the whole trap scene. I can do that, but at the same time, it's like I don't like leaving lines out. I don't like wasting lines on things. I want everyone to think about what I'm saying. I want you to still like, you can still dance to my stuff, absolutely, but at the same time I want you to feel something, because to me at hip hop's core is emotion behind it. There's substance in your lyrics and things like that. To me it's like it's kind of dying, actually, so to say. It's actually kind of funny, because when I said that 01 that hip hop was dead, the fact that it's kind of come true, it's kind of terrifying actually in a way, as an artist, as me being a rapper first, because I'm an artist but I'm an MC. At the end of the day, I'm an MC, so it's like it's kind of hard to, you want to grab those kind of fans, but one's like, are you just into the beats? But it's like, how do I still hold true to the MC side? So that's a big challenge.
So I'm looking at one thing about hip hop, and one thing I've noticed about it is the two different types of hip hop. Like I look at two different types of America right now. Yeah. You got the one where you get and you've heard it. You get the white folks.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
But then you also hear you got the ladies.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. First of all, do you got the lady?
I do.
Right.
But she's actually an artist herself. Okay. So for me, it was actually kind of easy, because you kind of connect on an artist.
Right.
And actually to backtrack off that, 100% agree. It shouldn't be like that, but if you got the white folks, you know, you're kind of in. But for me, I actually kind of have some projects only pertaining to the woman. So it's like, as a men will follow them anyway. So it's like, if I have them, I got everybody else. So it's like,
that's who comes to the club. Like, think about it. Like,
exactly.
Think about when we all went to the club before the pandemic, y'all. Yeah. Before the pandemic. And you sit back and you hear that Drake, or you hear that M. Wade.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, The ladies hear it. Yeah, you gotta hear it. You don't hear a bunch of dudes saying, yeah, I want to pop in that M Wade, unless you are Styles P, Jay-Z, Jadakiss, and so on. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to really hear that. But when you hear that, and when the girls hear that, and they hear it at the club, you know who's going to follow.
Yeah.
The dudes is going to follow up 100%, and then you got them.
You got to have them.
You got them.
That's the #1 strategy.
Yeah.
The women, you know, they run the world, like Beyonce said. Like, we got a shout out to Queen B.
There it is, right?
It's just, that's how it is. Like, the men are going to follow regardless, because, you know, women set the trends. So it's just like, we might as well just follow them. So it's like, it's cool. I can have my, you know, of course, I want the male crowd, the MCs, you know, the fellow rappers with me. At the same time, it's like, if I'm not making songs for that women can't bounce to, just like, what am I really doing?
Right. Like, you got to have that opening. Like, you have to have the women. And then you got to sit back. Then you turn around and you can give them the real you almost. So let's look at this. Let's look at this, all right? I got to drop one, shelf one, delete one, keep one. All right. We'll give you 4 artists. Pac, Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas.
Alright, let me start off by saying this. I love Tupac. Absolutely love Tupac. But you know me for a few years now. I'm really big on lyricism.
I mean, Pac's a lyricist.
Pac's a lyricist, but to the element of the Biggie and the Hove and the Kendrick too.
No, you're throwing Kendrick, but I said Nas.
Nas, okay, yeah, Nas. That's what I'm going. I feel to that element, he's a little below them. Now, I'm gonna catch some slack for that. But
you're saying delete
Tupac.
Alright.
Now off of impact of hip hop, he be in there. We're talking. I'm taking it as a, you know, who I want rapping from.
Now you're shelving. Where you going to shelve for at least, we'll say 5 years. That's between Jay-Z, Biggie, and Nas.
I gotta shelf Nas. I gotta shelf Nas. Here's what I'm gonna say. Illmatic, greatest hip hop album to this day. I think it's still good. But because I know I'm good for that one classic album, I can shelf him for 5 years.
Okay, I can go with that.
I can shelf him for 5.
Keep it. Jay-Z or
It's hard. It's hard. I gotta keep Hov, man. I gotta keep Hov.
So we're gonna say you're gonna keep Hov, but then we're gonna. I'll say, you know what? We're gonna say you're gonna keep Hov and Biggie up there.
That's fine, but I don't want to run from the question. I gotta keep.
All right.
I gotta keep Hov just because it's been 2 decades he's been running the whole thing.
Let's not even go with the whole thing. He's just running the culture.
Yeah, he's a mogul. Like,
He shifted the culture.
I gotta run the whole thing. Unfortunately, we lost Biggie, 25, 26.
Right.
Because we see his full potential, we know we can see he was getting that. The same way we beats and things like that when the first to do it. The whole kind of helped build that and like spin off his own thing. So like Hope's kind of his own, like he's a weird culture.
Right.
A lot of sense.
The leader of the culture. You understand me? The leader of the culture.
And I listen to 22 Tunes every day. That's my favorite song. I listen to it every day. So like that song influenced a song that actually got called Wow. That's on my last album, 1995, my birth year. And I had a song called Wow. Basically like how we did in 22 Tunes. My whole first verse, I started with the word wow. So it's like I was inspired by Hope. So like he gives me that kind of inspiration. So it's like,
Oh,
yeah,
Lord.
so,
I feel you, brother.
yeah.
So, all right, what projects do you got coming up here?
Yeah, speaking of projects, so 1995 was my last one. I dropped it in June of 2020. The one before that was Sex 2. But I'm planning on coming out with Sex Part 3 in this little EP series I got called While Y'all Sleep. So basically, while everyone's out, you know, partying and getting their thing going, I'm in the booth still making music. Like I'm trying to make music y'all party to. So at the same time, it's like while I'm doing that, sex is almost like obviously the name is but
right.
the whole point of the sex series is to show like it's okay to miss people. You know what I mean? Like sex is cool and all with your loved ones, things like that, but in due time we're human. We miss people. So like a lot of the songs kind of branch off of missing somebody, old relationships, past relationships, how they affect the new ones we got in our lives and stuff like that. So I have a song coming out on the 2nd of April called Jukebox. That's actually the intro and the first single to Sex 3. I'm just working on like getting the features done and things like that. But the album is completely written. I just gotta get the songs actually recorded. So I'm looking forward to. I expect Sex to come out maybe end of 2021, and then probably before that I'll drop the little While Y'all Sleep EP just to kind of throw it in there. Drop a couple more videos and stuff like that.
All right.
Keep me engaged.
My guy. Well, and I gotta hit you with the last one before two more questions.
That's right.
I had a basketball guru on here about a little bit ago. Shout out to my man Malibu Mooch. You already know who it is, guy. And we had the Jordan versus Kobe versus LeBron talk. I mean, I'm a Jordan guy.
Yeah, absolutely. We had this talk.
We've had this many times. And I mean, I've had this with my man D Double. Shout out to D Double. You know who it is. What to do there, guy?
Yeah.
You already know. Micah, you already know. I had definitely a couple of them. What's good with you, fella? We had a bunch of those talks,
Right.
But I mean, I'm gonna put it to you, man. Who is it? And then I'm gonna tell you something I heard that literally turned my whole thing around. Go ahead. So I'm gonna give you
your whole mindset.
my whole mindset around.
I kind of want to hear that first. But, all right. So I came to the conclusion: is it possible to live with two GOATs? Can Jordan just be the greatest of his era, and LeBron the greatest of his?
Yeah, I agree with that. Is that agree?
But then Magic, and then Bill, and then Oscar.
But those
are all errors.
Then we gotta talk. Yeah, you're right. But
you know what I mean?
I don't know if y'all watched that documentary about the Dream Team.
Right.
Magic was telling that story about how when Jordan came in the room, he was getting treated on his ankle, and Larry Bird and Magic was like, "That's the new king right there.
Right.
Jordan's gonna be the guy." I kind of look at that as the era we watch basketball in now. I feel personally it's the most skillful basketball we've ever watched. I think Jordan would excel in this era. I think he'd be great in today's game.
Agreed.
I don't think I can say the same for Magic Johnson.
Yeah, you know what I think? I was just gonna say people put Jordan's career in within 6 years.
Oh yeah, and that's it. See, that's
where
where it gets tricky. His career was amazing. Though. I don't want to take that from him. His career was amazing. It's incredible to go 6 for 6 in the finals. But I do feel the era we're in now is better basketball, and Jordan was just kind of ahead of his time in a way. Jordan didn't belong in his era.
All right.
I think that's why, rest in peace to Kobe, but I feel like that's why people don't put him ahead of Jordan, because he was kind of his mirror image. He played just like him.
So are we saying that almost is like LeBron might be playing ahead of the time?
Yeah, in a sense. Or, not even, I wouldn't even say that. I feel like with LeBron, the fact that we've watched him evolve with each time the game has changed, he's gotten better.
Okay.
When Curry came in the game, he messed the whole league.
Right,
Everybody's
right.
shooting threes now.
Right.
LeBron didn't get stagnant. He started shooting from the outside. Right now he's running point guard for his team now. I felt like he kind of changes with the game. Jordan the game didn't allow him to change with it because the game didn't change as much as it is now.
All right. Yeah. And this is what I'm gonna say. All right. I was watching I Am Athlete and with Dwayne Wade, and they asked him this exact same question. Yeah, shout out to I Am Athlete. And Dwayne Wade said something where it was like, dang, I didn't even think about that. They were like, we have been comparing Michael Jordan and LeBron since 2010. It's 2021. And LeBron is still playing. When you're saying a GOAT, that means you're done. Right? It means you're not playing no more, right? This man's still playing. He's still got possibly 5 more years to play. Right? MVP level at that. So we're sitting here comparing a guy that is not even taking off the jersey. He's bound to be the greatest of all time.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I can't argue that.
But, as me as a 40-year-old man, happy birthday to me, 3/22/21, I will have to say this. I wasn't inspired by LeBron. I was inspired by Michael. When I seen Michael do the switch hands, boom, boom. My brother can tell you. Well, you can tell you. I went out there trying to do that move. When Michael sitting there skying doing with the slam dunk contest, sitting on the side of it, bang. What was I doing? I was going out there doing that. Sneakers. I mean, come on, LeBron's there, but he's not there.
We speaking on impact.
Correct.
No one's gonna have the impact Michael Jordan got. I think that's just solidified. I just got a pair of J's last week. J's last week. I don't got a closet full of them.
Brother got some J's on right now.
I don't got a closet full of LeBrons. Because the shoes they're not cultural to me.
I like LeBron. I'm not gonna lie. I got about 2 pairs. I got no. I got a couple. Rock.
To me, you can't go wrong with these.
Never can.
When that's impact, we're talking. Like he made it global. Jordan made it the game. Every country's playing basketball.
But it goes back to my point of saying, literally, we have been comparing LeBron and Jordan since 2010. Like LeBron, like I told him, I was talking to Malibu, and I was like, well, what about if Ray Allen didn't make the shot? He goes, well, what about if Steve Kerr didn't make the shot? But this is what I'll say. That wasn't in Game 7. He still would have had a Game 7. And we all know Mike would have killed in Game 7. It wouldn't even been Mike sit down after the third quarter. Because we already blown him out. Go ahead and get the tape, get the ribbon and everything. But Mike never had a Game 7. I don't care how many times LeBron has been, he didn't have a Game 7. But right now, what I'm seeing right now, this is ridiculous. They have literally Marcus Aldridge, Blake Griffin, Uncle Drew. That team is ridiculous. And this is all because of one man. So it's like, it goes back to now you saying there has to be 2 GOATs. Because there's 2 different situations that is turning the NBA into like, holy shit.
What he does, he doesn't win all the time. When he does get his ring, he's one of them in spectacular. It's iconic wins.
It's against dynasties.
Yeah.
Name me the the dynasty Jordan beat.
Oh, not a problem. The Pistons.
Never beat him.
Yeah, he did.
He did beat him last time. You're right.
He did beat the Pistons.
But he lost more times to the Pistons than one.
But he came back.
At one time.
Yeah,
all right, so Pistons. Name the dynasties that Bron beat. The Celtics.
Curry.
The Pistons with Ben Wallace, Rasheed, Prince, the Spurs, the Warriors, the Thunder. Bro, them teams that he beat are better than the teams that Jordan played. No one can make that, like, the Spurs are better than any Jordan team. And that's the second best team Jordan played in the finals.
That's one thing that's when it gets kind of tricky when you talk about the eras they played.
Right. Dynasties.
How some of the guys older than my granddad, he's in his late 50s. Some of the guys who played with Jordan, it's much easier to call him, the greatest because they played with him.
Right.
But where it gets tricky is, back then we know the game was much more physical. But how I watch basketball, like, physicality never equaled better defense to me. Like,
physicality never equals. It depends on where you're playing, because if I'm playing in the power forward, I need to be physical against.
Right. Hear me out though. Say we're hooping on the court. Say we're at 7th round uptown.
All right.
It's 5-on-5. We can get physical out there because it's street ball. But you can still be abused by the guy you're guarding, who your matchup is. Correct. I can still drop 12 on you in the game of 16. You can push me around all you want. It's not stopping me from scoring.
Right.
Fundamentals. Now, let's throw a 6'9", 260-pound guy in that same era. When you're allowed to push and shrug and all that, do we really think LeBron wouldn't dominate in Jordan's era?
Yeah, but I don't know because guess what?
Right.
Maybe not
Guess
winning.
what? Guess what?
Maybe
Guess
not
what?
winning.
Guess what? I could do back in that era.
And
You come, number one, I can hand check. Number two, you come down that daggone lane, I can daggone throw you in the daggone mouth, and you could be bleeding. Guess what? Guess what will not happen? I will not get ejected. Nowadays, if you come down that middle, yeah, Fragrance 2, you're out of here.
but Bron
You had an enforcer.
that
I
too.
think that gives up. I think that's the
Bron can
saying.
do that
Bron's
too.
trying to do it too.
260?
Jordan was what, 220, 66? We're still together though.
Right.
After the first couple losses to the Pistons, Jordan got, he was in the gym to get bigger. And they couldn't handle Jordan at 220. I don't think they can handle LeBron.
Bron Ray Lewis.
I agree with what you're saying. I do agree with what
Mike
you're
Steele
saying.
was so next level, he didn't score anywhere.
I agree with what you're saying.
So that's when you bring, the Kobe's and, KD's and LeBron's, like, they can kind of do the same thing too, just much better physical tools and plus. I feel like, it's a toss-up, but I feel like they would be just as successful, maybe not winning titles like Jordan was, but their numbers would be the same. LeBron would get his 25,000 points and his, 10,000 assists.
Okay.
If Magic can do what he did, and he's nowhere near the specimen LeBron is. LeBron can definitely do.
But you understand that's where the prototype started.
Yeah, absolutely.
Magic?
That is definitely where the prototype started.
Magic's arguably the greatest player of all time.
Greatest player?
If you break it down, like how did Jordan's greatest player start? It started him beating Magic Johnson when James Worthy and Byron Scott.
That is true.
So like, did he beat Magic as much as Kawhi Leonard beat the Warriors? Like, I guess he beat them. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got James Worthy and Byron Scott with Magic and Bobby Box, and then what happened after that year?
That's another thing you can kind of put in LeBron's favor, though, right? The Raptors winning the title. That's the one team they couldn't beat him when he was in the East. He goes to the West, the Raptors win it all.
Yeah, but let's all think that LeBron got injured, man. That's for everything else.
That's what I'm saying.
If he wasn't injured, like they were fourth in the conference before an injury, like they would have easily made the playoffs. Like look at them this year; they possibly could be in a play-in game this year. Well, let's get into it. Let's do the last thing here. I got the pie deck, y'all. I got a pie deck. Yeah, last season, I really wasn't the best shuffler. But this year, guess what? I'm the shuffler, baby. I'm the shuffler, baby.
Oh!
I got the shuffle gang over here, y'all. I'm gonna have him pick out one. And once he picks it out, he's gonna read it to y'all. And then he's gonna tell us what is his answer. All right. All right. What's the question there, fella?
Hey, it says, if you had someone following you around all the time, what would you have them do? What would I have them do? I'm gonna try to give an OG answer. Since I was teaching, I guess I tried to have them follow my footsteps, but not like do everything better than what I'm doing that you see in front of you.
So like a fatherhood kind of.
Kind of. Yeah, I guess it would depend on who's following me though.
Yeah. Anybody. We'll say anybody.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess if don't mimic what I do, but if you try to, just do it better than me.
Pay-per-view. Don't watch me. Just view. Don't watch me. Pay-per-view. Don't watch me. You have any shout-outs?
Yeah, I never did this on camera, but shout out to my mom.
Hey, mama.
What's up, Dad? What's up, my brothers? Shout out to everybody on Harrisburg, PA, man. We're doing big things, man. I'm proud to be on this show, man. It's just spoken into existence to me, so it's like the fact that I'm seeing this, this is big time stuff. I like when my people, they say they're gonna do something, they do it.
I told you this, like, wow.
It's a year and a half ago. This is good stuff. That's my first podcast I've been unofficial podcast.
Hey, man. Hey, got your feet wet.
Start the grind.
There you go. There you go.
You gotta get it where it's at. You know what I mean?
All right.
So, yeah, so, big shout out to everybody. Appreciate all the support I get. Around. Obviously, guys there, they show support, they show love to me. Everybody who's doing the music thing, keep pushing. The pandemic's gonna hit us hard, so keep doing what you gotta do. Actually, real big saying, like, when you speak things to the universe, you can go and get it. Right. So, without positive energy, so we're like negative energy. I think it's going all over the world. We just seen the White House hit. A lot of things are going on. Two different Americas.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially, black men, it's really hard. It's really hard.
Definitely. Trust me, it's not a laugh of funny. It's not a laugh of funny.
It's not the tears.
Right.
But shout out to everybody doing anything, man. Everybody keep up the good work.
I got a couple quick shout out. Shout out to Sarah, Keisha. I don't know who you are. Rest in peace, I love you. You already know what it is. James, Mississippi. Y'all know what it is. Stand up. Jackson, stand up. Wade Road, stand up. Y'all know what it is. Everybody out there, y'all know what it is. We're grinding that corner in the pandemic. And I'm really happy about that. Keep masking up, y'all. Keep masking up. I want to thank again Ken Wade coming through. You already know what it is. We're chopping it up here at the SkyBoxx. I want to also thank my man Pete Go. You know what it is there, guy?
Here.
You know what it is? I got my man Mike. You already know what it is, guys. What's good with you, fellas? I also want to thank you guys for listening and staying tuned to what we're doing here at SkyBoxx. Season 2 just started, y'all. We got a lot more coming. And next on the show, I'm taking it all the way down to the SIP, y'all. I'm taking it down to the SIP. Southern Hospitality. My man Small Change. My cousin, Marcus Small. And his lovely lady Edna is going to be on here next time, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be something to see. But if you have any thoughts, questions, or concerns, hit me up at the number one, SkyBoxx@gmail.com. If you're on your favorite podcast app or YouTube, all you have to do is search SkyBoxx. And remember, hit that like and subscribe button, y'all. It's only $3.99. If you're on Facebook, all you have to do is search Michael C. or Michael Curtis, Micheal Curtis. Again, my name is Michael C. and this is the SkyBoxx, the source of life over the mic. Remember, you can see stuff, y'all.
Say my name while we foreplay. Tell me how it feels when you're breathing on me. Please say, I like when you eat that. So baby boy, get to eating, baby.
Go to YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button. It's only $3.99. $3.99? Are we only on YouTube? Nope. Are we on Google?